Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is CJ. Bring you guys an update on the project tank. I'm gonna cram about, a week's worth of work into one video for you. Try to keep it short and sweet. First thing I got done, like I said, was getting another bulkhead added into the tank. Guess it was the deal breaker because the tank breaks, project over. So luckily I made it past this step. The guy took his time drilling it, and he did a good job, got it done for me. Local pet store. And as far as the background, I'm gonna go all black. Picked up some normal paint, primer included from Home Depot. You all can choose whatever you want to use if you paint your tank. That's just something that I just grabbed, for the cheapest price. And I'm gonna be outlining the tank with some Scotch tape. Just something real simple, just so I can get some clean edges, just in case I go over a little bit on the lip of the tank, especially on the sides. So it ended up working out pretty good because I'm definitely not the best painter. Now, one word of advice I can give you all: take your time between coats. Got the first coat on there, I was like, oh yeah, it's pretty, it's going pretty good. Went to the second coat too quick, and I started to pick up some of the first coat back onto the paintbrush. So it actually killed some of my efficiency here. So I figured it out by coat number 3. Just take your time and let it dry, and just keep adding your layers on until everything is dark, to where you can't see anything through it. Now, one thing I did do was turn the lights on in the tank, turn all the lights out in the room, see if I had anything shining through. In the video you can't tell, but I did have a few spots, so just took my time to clean those things up, added another layer where needed to where it was all solid black. Now, as far as the overflow, I'm just using some plain old aquarium silicone. The guy built this. It's a acrylic overflow box. He actually built a custom box for me because I couldn't find one to fit the dimensions as far as my bulkheads go. So this is about, I say, 13 linear inches. I think that's like 850, 900 gallons per hour it can handle. The overflow I'm running and the type of drain I'm running, this should be plenty. Now, I just did a straight bead right on the overflow box, then attached it to the tank. I didn't do anything too special. Anyone that had tips or anything like that, hey, feel free to let me know. But I'm a little beyond that right now. I made it work as best as I could. But I installed it on the tank, laid it on the side. I let this cure overnight till everything dried up and was good to go. And this is how it turned out. So hey, I'm pretty happy about it. I had some I did a little overkill on the silicone, so I'm gonna have to end up trimming that off. I'll show you how I did that here in a second. But I can't complain. I mean, tank's coming along. Everything's clean. I got a good background painted on it. I was thinking about painting the bottom of the tank white where the sand is gonna be. Just a thought. You can let me know what you think about that. It's not too late to do it yet. No water in the tank. But I got a pretty good seal on the overflow box. Fit right over the bulkheads. Just enough room for me to get my hands in there. And I like it because the side's open to where I can see in there if anything's clogging it. Or if any maintenance needs to be done. It's nothing worse than having the overflow on the back of your tank, against the wall where you can never see behind it. I mean, I don't see the point in that, so that's why I set it up on the side this way. But this is pretty much how it's looking right now. Now, I did use some razor blades to kind of clean up these edges. Be very careful with this, of course, when you're dealing with something sharp. I ended up paying the ultimate price on building my sump. Not the razor blade, but a piece of the glass I used for my baffles ended up cutting my hand. But, lesson learned the hard way. So don't do like me. Take your time. Definitely take every precaution you can to make sure you don't injure yourself. Now, as far as the protein skimmer, I picked this up first before I did my sump because from what I've read as far as building sumps and customizing them, everything should be built off of the requirements of your protein skimmer as far as the height and the compartment it's going to be in. So I picked this up first after reading a lot of different reviews. This is a protein skimmer that ended up, for the price and for the quality, can't complain at all. It's rated for a 75-gallon tank, so it'd be a little overkill, which is, it's never hurts to have over skimming. But this is made really, really good. As you can see, the pipe I'm looking at now, the 2 dots line up means it's open all the way as far as adjusting the flow. As you turn it, it cuts off the flow a little bit from the pump. I'm not real versed in skimmers, as you know. This is my first saltwater tank, so any advice you guys have for me on this skimmer, or if you know anything about it, feel free to let me know. I'll give you a review on this after I get the tank up and running. But one of the good reasons I got this skimmer was because of the pump. From what I've read review-wise, this brand of pump is one of the best ones you can get. And this skimmer, price-wise, $120. Not bad at all. It's definitely gonna get the job done for me. Everything just plugs in, everything's sealed with gaskets. I got an air line. I wasn't gonna try to fix it for you, but it attaches to the top of the cup. Now, as far as the sump, this is kind of what I came up with. I'm gonna try to include plenty of room for my skimmer and the most room for my return pump area. From what I've read, that's where the evaporation happens, and I'm trying to keep from having to top off this sump, too often. So I'm not gonna have a RO unit for my water. I'm gonna have to be going to the local pet store to pick up RO water by the gallon. I think it's like 50 cents a gallon. Do my water changes and to get this tank started. So I wanted something, the reasonable amount. Now I actually designed it on paper. Took some cardboard, cut it out to try to give me a little idea what it looks like. I have an area underneath there. It's where I'm gonna put my basket. I'm making a basket out of light diffuser. I'm gonna use Pond Matrix on this tank. I don't know if anyone's used that on saltwater, but it's done great on my cichlid tank. Now, as far as just still making sure everything fits underneath. Now, I will tell you a word of advice. After I cut my hand, I decided to just add the top edge of each glass baffle. I use Scotch tape to just put over it as a temporary safety, so I didn't cut myself again. But as you can tell, this is a process. It took 2 or 3 days, doing a baffle, letting it dry, doing another one, letting it dry, and then I ended up coming up with this. Now, I actually cleaned it up with the same razor blade to try to cut off some of the excess silicone that I used. It's not really like a brand new one, but hey, it's not bad. 20-gallon long tank. I used glass baffles, 1 inch, well, actually a 1/4 inch thick. They ended up working out pretty good for me. It was cheaper than acrylic, definitely a lot cheaper than acrylic. So go to your Home Depot, just have them cut your glass to the size you need. Now, you see that basket I'm pulling out, I actually made that at a light diffuser. I'm really liking this because it's actually going to allow me to use probably about 4 liters of Pond Matrix, and I'm putting it underneath to allow it to get the least amount of flow, so it'll grow that nitrifying bacteria that I'm looking for. But this gives you an idea of how it fits on the tank. Everything's dry fitted with the plumbing. Got 90-degree elbows, unions, ball valve, so I can adjust my flow as far as my, creating my siphon. I got my return line plumbing from my sump. So I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet. I'm gonna go into more detail on the plumbing and why I did what I did on the next video. But everything's dry fitted, nothing's glued yet. I just want to give y'all an idea and an update, on how things have been going. Definitely a lot of work, but it's very rewarding. It's nothing like doing something yourself. So hey, I'm gonna call this my budget reef tank. And nothing costs a lot. I'm going for all the economy price stuff, and I'm gonna see what happens from there. But I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Like I said, any questions, comments, feel free to drop it down below. I appreciate you all watching this, and I will be updating the cichlid tank. I know it's been a while, so I'm gonna give you guys a nice update on that here coming soon after I do water changes, get everything cleaned up. So I appreciate you all watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do what y'all do. Y'all be easy.